Try to tell your friends you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, make your backpack in the back, make 25 kilometers, and you call it fun. So, you see, this is the day number 14 of Camino de Santiago Portuguese Way, and after 2 weeks of walking, I've developed some habits. Strange ones. The ones that only make sense once you're here, and only here. They aren't quirks, they survival rituals and feel perfectly normal after you walk for long distance. Until someone asks you and try to explain them, and then you feel how weird you've become.
You don't set an alarm anymore. Your body just knows. There is a whisper in the dark, the sound of zippers, rustling backpack, and low hum of people who've learned to live quietly. And somehow it feels right. The village still sleeps, but your journey had already begun. At home, 5 a.m. would feel like a punishment. Here, it feels like privilege. There is a holiness to those early hours. The first crunch of gravel, the smell of the dew in the field, and the rhythm of poles tapping in sync with your heartbeat. You start to crave that sound, the echo of footsteps before the sunrise. And then the first bar that opens at 6:42 a.m. You stop inside, still half asleep, and the espresso hits your bloodstream like rebirth. A small miracle served in a glass. Not perfect, not fancy, but real. Some mornings, you sit there alone, watching the dawn roll in like a slow motion wave. Other mornings, you're surrounded by the familiar faces, the quiet nods of people who all know you made it this far, again. On the Camino, nobody says, see you in 10 minutes. They say, see you in 5 kilometers. Time stops being linear. It becomes something you feel through your legs. Back home, time chases you. On the Camino, you chase the horizon. You plan your day not by deadlines, but by rhythm of your walk. 3 more till breakfast, 7 till lunch, and 15 if I want a bed. You stop caring about what time is it. You only care about how far. Because distance is tangible here, it's real. It's something you can see, count, and conquer. And when you finally reach the next village, it doesn't matter if it's 9 a.m. or 2 p.m., you're exactly where you're supposed to be. No late, no early, just there. Forget museum or cathedrals. A real Camino pilgrimage is from the café to café. You become a connoisseur of bar counters. You start to recognize which ones have the proper espresso machine, which serve the dense tortilla, and which are stingy with napkins. Some bars play old Portuguese radio. Some are silent but for the sound of spoons. All of them, in their own way, become sacred spaces. Because that moment, sitting down and removing your pack and taking the first zip, this is grace. It's your ritual of pause, your ceremony of being alive. And yes, you will walk the next extra kilometers just for the better coffee, and you will defend that decision like a theological truth. It begins innocently. You just want dry feet. But soon you're having serious psychological debates about merino wool versus synthetic blends. You start touching others' pilgrim socks and saying things like, oh, nice cushioning. You start giving socks advice like financial tips. And at some point you realize you've become a sock evangelist. Sock becomes the metaphors. The wrong ones can destroy your spirit. The right ones can save your day. So every afternoon becomes laundry hour. Not a chore, a ritual. You wash your sock like you're baptizing them for another round of suffering. And when the breeze hits and they sway gently under the sun, that's your vision of peace. It starts as a rule, 2 stamps a day, official procedure. But soon it becomes art. You hunt for unique ones, the old church seals, the café that has a Camino shell instead of the cross. You start timing the coffee breaks with stamps opportunities. You flip through your credential like a scrapbook of effort. Every stamp, a mile, a story, a moment. And somewhere between the 1st and the 13th, you realize that the stamps aren't the proof of distance, they are proof of presence and persistence. In real life, laundry is boring. Here, it's sacred. You wait for the sunny afternoon when everything is clear, yourself included. You rinse, scrub, and twist your clothes with a monk-like precision. Then you step back and admire the drying line as if it's a modern art. There is something proud about seeing the whole life hanging on an entire single rope. 4 shirts, 2 socks, 1 towel, everything you own. Drying under the same sky as everyone else. And somehow, that simplicity feels like freedom. Every habit you've formed, every coffee, every early morning, every laundry ritual, it's not about comfort anymore. It's about learning the pace of being human again. The Camino rewires your brain for simplicity. You stop multitasking. You start existing. And the small things, coffee, socks, silence, become gateways to peace. That's why when you return home and try explaining it, people look at you funny. Because how do you tell someone that washing socks felt spiritual? That the barista in the random village gave you the best conversation of your life? That waking up at 5 a.m. made you feel free? Nah, you can't. You just smile because it's not meant to be explained. It's meant to be walked. You see, none of this makes sense until you walk. Then suddenly, your backpack becomes your best friend, your laundry day becomes sacred, and eating bread 3 times a day feels like a self-care. These aren't just habits, these are the strange beauty of the pilgrimage. Tiny rituals that feel absurd to explain, but make perfect sense out there. They're not about the comfort, they're not about the rhythm, about finding peace in the simplest act. Coffee at sunshine, socks on the line, and a nod from a stranger who gets it. Things that only other pilgrims will ever understand. And if you like what we do, subscribe to our channel and help us to spread the Camino good vibes everywhere. Buen Camino!
Planning to walk Camino de Santiago but worried you're missing something? Are you on a crossroads in life seeking clarity or a fresh start? What if you could capture every moment of the transformation along the way? I've walked more than 10,000 kilometers around the world, and in my preparation packing list there is one thing I never leave behind. This journal, The Journey Within. Every Camino has taught me valuable lessons about life's twists and changes. The Journey Within isn't just another journal. It asks the right questions just at the right time, guiding you through the tough parts of the Camino and helping you to see what really matters.
And it's not just my opinion. Thousands of fellow pilgrims have experienced its magic as reflected in their brilliant reviews.
Camino is a one-in-a-lifetime experience. Make the most of every moment and get the journal now.